trucks. Hope you can hear me all right. So this is Captain Australia, kickety Captain Australia. I'm just by the side of the road on the motorway, and it's 12:30, so I'm getting into the discipline of only walking for 2 or 3 hours and then taking a half-hour break, and in the middle of the day taking a longer break. So the sun became a bit oppressive, so I've set up the magic hammock, and I am just here set up directly by the side of the motorway. So let's show you. As you can see, it's just a little hill on the side of the motorway. Down there is I don't know if you can quite see that. There's a backpack with the banner and the solar array there. So as we speak, the power panel is charging up, which is good. Stay a bit power independent. So yeah, lots of spiders and creepy crawlies and dead snakes and stuff around. So I've set up the hammock and covered it up with the net so as to be as comfortable as possible. And now I'm just going to rest for an hour and a half in the shade. And I thought I'd sign in and see if anyone wanted to have a chat. Helga says, rest up. Okay, Helga, that's exactly the plan. I have water. I have somewhere here a protein bar. Cranked. 20 grams of protein. This was given to me by Jai and Jules, who hosted me near at Woolgoolga, just before Coffs Harbour. The lovely couple there, and they gave me a few protein bars. Whereabouts are you now? I think I'm like just at the turn off to Macville, so I'm very close to Macville, which I'll probably completely bypass. So you might have seen in the pictures I went to a service centre and I was able to fill up on all the water. So I'm carrying 5 litres of water, less what I've drank on the way here. So I'm staying well hydrated, and yeah, I don't think I need to go into Macville. I've got, trucks. I've got enough food, I've got enough water, so I'll just push past towards, well, there's a place called Clybucca and Gladstone, and then I'll be on some nice, quieter inland country. I'd like to get off the motorway by nightfall so that I can camp in a less noisy location, because last night I did not sleep well with just the constant barrage of trucks going past right through until 4:30 in the morning. Anyway, what's to talk about? I think there's some new people who've come in from seeing me walking down the motorway with my big flag up, so let me quickly explain who I am, what I'm doing. My name is Simon. I survived the stage 4 cancer and couldn't bounce back, and I realised I needed to take a big walk for my own healing. So that's what this is, and my personal focus is self-repair and rebuilding. But I realised if I was going to take a big walk, I could superhero up for science. So that's where all the Captain Australia gear comes in. I'm not wearing you can see him there, the hood at the moment. I've got my cowboy Captain Australia hat going. Howdy, ma'am. I'm cowboy Captain Australia, and when there's trouble, I let my fist do the talking. Please don't hurt me, mister. So, yeah, this is just when it's really the sun's striking down, this is a better shade solution. Kelso says, that's a good idea, getting off the motorway. Have a good rest for a while. Yeah, so I reckon an hour and a half here, and then I'll knock on at about 2 o'clock and push through for a good 3 hours, have another short break, push through for 2 hours, and I hopefully can get on the old freeway at that point. The old Pacific Highway, it's probably still called, or it might have a different name. But it's a more scenic drive out to Clybucca and Gladstone, and then a place called Hat Point, I think, or Hard Point, or Hard Hat, or Hard Head, or Head Hat Point, or something like that. And from there, I get to walk all the way down the beach to Port Macquarie. So it's a straight run down the beach. So it should be some beautiful country, and I can get well away from this motorway. Anyway, I don't know. Does anybody have anything on them? Hathead, that's the one. Hathead. Jake, thank you. So I'm bound for Hathead. I think there's like a caravan park there where I'll be able to fill up on water, and then I just press straight down the beach for Port Macquarie. So all is going well, And yeah, the superhero up for science bit, that's for a charity called the Kids Cancer Project. So they're all about the hard research behind improving and softening the treatments for pediatric cancers. So there are cancers that specifically and almost exclusively attack children. So the average age is 6, and there's 950 Aussie kids diagnosed every year. So it's all about helping them along. And as I'm marching, I find myself, there's a little part of my mind and spirit that's just like, even if it saves just one child, even if it saves just one child, keep walking, even if it saves just one child. You know what I mean? And yeah, so that's the nature of the cause. And if you wanted to get behind that, that would be a wonderful thing to do. But you can take a look and decide for yourself. Joanne says, good afternoon, Captain. I hope you're travelling well and safe. Hat Head is a beautiful spot. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I'll get some lovely photos. And if there's service, do a stream from there, and if there's not, I'll do hey, hello, Mr. Truck. I'll do a video stream. So, yeah, here we are. Look, hey, vroom. So those are my companions for the next hour and a half. Yeah, and regrettably, the only wildlife I've seen is either dead or trying to eat me. So, angry spiders and ants, and like I saw a big dead roo this morning. Sadly, I didn't take a photo because it was a bit gross. And yeah, I guess we won't have any big, deep and meaningful talk about life and what it's all about. All I got for you anyway is just to vigorously pursue your own happiness. Don't worry how it looks. Can look crazy to other people. That's fine. Vigorously pursue your own happiness. That's all I got. Yep, now with all these trucks, the streaming's probably a bit rugged to hear, so I am just going to chill out here for at least another hour, eat my protein bar, drink my water, and then I'll continue on south. Rob says, great to see you, Captain. Oh, thanks, Rob. Cheers, mate. Soon I'll be in some lovely country, so hopefully we'll be able to see and hear, and I'll also share some lovely scenery with you. Here it's all just rough scrub and trucks. Lynette says, Hat Head, a lovely place, good for a swim maybe. Lynette, are you just trying to get me to take my shirt off? Because really nobody wants to see that. In fact, like if Hat Head had cliffs, I had my shirt off and I jumped off a cliff, I could probably just grab a flap of skin and sort of glide down into the water like one of the big glider possums. So yeah, it's just not a good look. Chunk says, g'day, you're so close to halfway, Yahoo. Oh, yes, I am, Lynette and Mids. Okay. All right, well, Lynette, just for you, if Hat Head looks swimmable, I'll take a swim. Yeah, well, the thing that gets me is now it is further to go home than it is to continue to Sydney. So I'm well past the halfway point to Sydney. I don't know about the halfway point to Melbourne because that depends on what route I take. If I take the most expedient route, it's about 800k from Sydney, I think. But if I take the intended route, it's another 12 or so. But now I think I'm about 485k from Sydney or something like that. Anyway, every day it gets me a bit closer and closer. So Hat Head and a swim. I won't make that there today. I reckon today it'll be somewhere after Macville and Clybucca, and then Hat Head maybe tomorrow. Which town did you start, Simon? I started in Brisbane, King George Square in the middle of Brisbane CBD. Sorry, I'm just opening my water. Because I have this, it's a side effect of chemoradiation that my body sadly no longer makes saliva, or it does, but just a tiny amount. So not only do I need to stay hydrated because of all the walking, if I don't drink regularly, my mouth gets dry and I cough. But yeah, hello, Mr. Truck. So, yeah, what was that? Are you going to walk home? Dawn, no way. When I get to Melbourne, I will collapse. I will kiss the ground just like the Pope getting off an aeroplane. I will cry a little bit, and then I will run for the nearest and most expedient and cheapest way to get home. So, I imagine that's probably a plane ride. people have actually kindly offered to buy me a plane ticket home. I don't think our situation's quite that bad yet that I'd want to take advantage of your kindness. So the offers of hospitality down the way, they're lovely. I sleep rough like this by default, but if somebody offers me a warm bed in their home, like Quentin and Taki or Joy and Jules, wonderful. Or some of the hotels like the Chelsea Motor Inn, that's all great. But yeah, if somebody offers to fly me home, that just feels a bit like I'm taking advantage. We can still scrape together the money for an air ticket. So my travel insurance company was regrettably it had to be put into an induced coma because of the hey Mr. Truck because of the hey Mr. Truck COVID border closures. But with travel resuming, I think we'll imminently be able to get that up and running again. Oh, actually, speaking of travel, I got a call by from this guy who he runs some resorts up and down the eastern coast, and one's on a place called Lizard Island. I've never been there, but I've seen the pictures. It's gorgeous. So this is a 5-star resort, all expenses paid, and he was talking about donating, it's a week or two package there, a family package at Lizard Island, all expenses paid, travel accommodation, so it's all the food you can eat and booze you can drink and all that sort of stuff. So he said, and it's valued at about $9,000. So the idea, and I have no idea how to do it, was that's donated to the charity and we auction it off for the big walk. So, it's $9,000. You might get it for a canny $5,000 or something and save a bunch of money, but that $5,000 goes to the money raised by the walk. So it's all up in the air because I don't have experience with this sort of thing. So I've asked the folks at the Kids Cancer Project and whatnot. But just so you know, speaking of travel, that sort of thing might be in the cards soon. I will tell you more about it as things firm up. Any comment there? No comment. Okay. Oh, you bloody trucks. All right, well, I'm going to try not to fall asleep while I lay here for the next hour or so. And I guess I'll leave the stream there. Thank you so much for your interest. I am humbled and delighted. Lynette says, accept plain offer graciously, don't be shy. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly shyness. It's more, I don't know. Yeah, I've got this thing, don't discourage kindness, but at the same time, I don't know, it just feels a bit ethically a bit iffy. Like, I can scrape together the money. It's all right. Don't worry. It's all right, Yeah, we've been living off the mortgage for a couple of years, so things are a bit tight. I was thinking of renting a car and just brooming back up. That would be surreal. Like, if it's taken me like 60 days to get down there, to drive back overnight would be so weird to go through the places you walk through. Pop nap, not a bad idea. Rest as best you can, says Margaret. Yep, I agree with you. Chung says, glad to hear from you. Cheers, Chung. So yeah, I'll update later on today, if not before when I hit the sack, and I will probably put in maybe another 20k, I reckon, in the afternoon. So I've already come 21k from where I started, or something thereabouts in the neighbourhood. So it should be a pretty productive day in terms of the walking. Okie dokie. Well, thank you so much for your interest. Unless there's any final questions or remarks, I will let you go there, and I'll update you later on. And I'm looking forward to getting to Hathead. I think she said Hathead, and maybe having a swim and showing you some beautiful beach. Anyway, all the best. Take care of yourselves. Take the flight, bro, says Chung. I'll think about it. All right. I will. I promise. All right. Thank you so much. All the best, and I will check in soon. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.